Hello, this is Cedric Green, and today is April the 12th, Sunday, 2020. And I'm making this video to show the history of my solar system that I started in 2017 till now. And shouts out goes to JW Solar of his video that just came out. And here's my video to show my history, and how it got started and what I had used to perfect my system. And right now, here are some of the most popular inverters people use in the US today. And they are the Outback, PowerJack, the PIP, the Victron, the Zentrax inverter, the Simlex, the Reliable, Cisioneer, Renogy, and many other solar generators like the EcoFlow. So I picked the Ames inverter because I believe it was reliable, it's heavy duty, and 6,000 watts. And I believe it just about run the whole house and probably everything in it. So I went on to Amazon. I did research and looking at the prices of them. So I found one and I ordered, and it came here within a couple of weeks, and I was happy to have it. Many people that I've seen on YouTube and others were using the Ames, so I opened it up and I was happy to see the unit. It was very large. It was heavy, man. I took it out and I looked around it and seen all the AC and DC connections. 110, 220. Man, I was happy. It weighed from 85 to 90 pounds, and I looked around it. It got AC, DC inputs and outputs on it, and it was simple to set up and use. It's a 24-volt inverter, so I believe it'd do the job. So I went on and start hooking it up and testing it out. So I found out the best power source to use was a golf cart battery, 6-volt lead acid batteries or AGM. So I went to Sam's and I got 4 batteries to start out with, and then I start looking for a solar panel. So I've seen the Mighty Max solar panel. They were reliable, 150 watts each. So I start ordering those from Amazon. I went to Sam's Club and I bought this storage container for $100 to keep my batteries in and safe from accidental contact. So I needed a real good charge controller for my solar panels to charge my batteries. So I went online, YouTube, and I seen there were several like Victron, Zentrax, PowerTrack from Magnuson, Simlex, Renogy, of course Midnight Solar. So I ordered me a Outback FlexMax 80. I start experimenting with the solar panels right now from Mighty Max, 150 watts each. So I decided where to place them, either on the roof somewhere or on the backyard awning, to collect the best sunlight. And I started planning on how I'm going to do my power wall. So I just found a place in the garage to set it up at, and how I'm going to set each component on the wall. So this is how I did it. I went to Home Depot and got plywood and 4 2x4s. I brought them home and I started building my power wall from the plywood. And then I painted it white. And then my first component that was on the wall was my Ames 6,000 watt power inverter, as you see right now. As time passed, I started building around it and figuring out how they're going to connect it, and how gonna have it come from the battery box and connect it to the inverter and all the components around. And I'll start hooking up all the electricals and everything, and getting it ready for this first test run of the house. It took time for me to order more parts so I can keep connecting around the inverter, kind of build it up all around with the wires, switches, bus bars, and all the other components to operate. And then I hooked the batteries up for 24 volts, and I change the plugs and light switch on it, and to get it ready so I can, and I put this 220 plug on it and the meter above it. So I'm ready to test the inverter. There it is. I have it on for the first time, run this heater in my room, all the way from the inverter in the garage. And then I installed remote panel in the hallway by my room. As you can see there, the voltages and stuff, the status. So I can keep eye on the inverter in another part of the house by my room, and I just put a plug on it so I can plug in the drive plug to charge my batteries for now until I hook it up better. And then I start with the solar panels on the awning in the backyard. That's planning how I'm gonna do it with Unistrut, and right now I had 5 solar panels, 5 150-watt solar panels, and to put across there and hook up and hook to some wires and go into the house into the FlexMax 80 charge controller. The solar panels were easy to hook up because I'm hooking them up in series to build up the voltage 150 watts to 750 watts going in. I have them hooked up to the connectors right there, all in series, and coming down on the side of the awning, going all the way through the attic, as you can see right there, and into the garage, down to the FlexMax 80 charge controllers, as you can see me hooking it up to the switch up there, and then finally hooking it up to the FlexMax 80 after I get through stripping this wire and getting the voltage of 103 volts from the voltmeter right there. And I'm very proud, happy to have this on for the first time, as you can see right now. And the volts is reading from the voltmeters underneath the inverters and showing them in good operation. And I did the first test, I believe, on the washer, as you can see. Man, it was great. I managed to install a light above the inverter, as you can see up on the power wall, and I put some counter lights on each side of the inverter to decorate it. And then it's plugged in the drive plug, and here's me testing the high voltage spark from the Neon transformer, and here's a Reliance transfer switch, and then here's a whole house surge protector, and I'm getting ready to hook up the transfer switch in the breaker box. So I went on and got this long pole right there. I cut a hole in the attic, and I strung it down to the fuse box. I went to Home Depot and got 2 30 feet 1 arc by 4 cable, and strung both of them in the transfer switch right there. As you can see, I'm hooking them up though, so I can switch over when I'm in the house, standing right in front of it, instead of going outside and do it and run back in and cut another switch. So, and finally, I ordered me a wind turbine. That's in the summer of 2018. You know, this is a 700 watt wind turbine, and as you can see, it's pretty heavy, about 50 pounds. So I put it together. I was testing it out. Here's the charge controller that goes with the wind turbine, and I got it on the wall. As you can see, I had the turbine in the backyard on a makeshift pole. Testing it out. I ain't got it hooked up yet until the next year, February. I'm getting ready to hook up these 2 indicator lights for grid power coming in your house from the pole. They only light with the grid power. When the lights go out, those are off. So, and I started adding stuff to it to make my system better and better. So it was coming along really good. And then I bought this charge controller for the wind turbine with the dump load, as you can see. And I'm getting ready to hook up the wind turbine in a little bit the next month. Here's my battery bank. Got 8 batteries inside right now, hooked in series, and I'm finna to get ready to do the pole, mount the pole in the ground, and with cement. Getting the pole for the wind turbine ready, and here I am digging the hole down 3 feet deep with a middle hole deeper so it stay up. And here's the rods in the ground, and I finally put the pole in the ground. been ready for the concrete mix, and my level is shown level of the pole going straight up for the wind turbine, and the place to climb on the pole. You see on the screws on the side of it. I finally got in the ground, and it's dry right now. And here's me up on the pole testing it out. And final time to put the wind turbine up on top of the pole to be about 13 feet off the ground. As you can see, I made a makeshift lift right there with a block and tackle, and I wind it up, lifting it up to put on top of the pole right there and screw it in so I can be in the wind and catch the wind to make my power and tighten up the bolts. And Dad, look at that, look at that. That's my baby in the wind. That's my beauty in the wind. It's spinning like it's gonna come off that pole like an airplane. So I did all that. So I'm hooking it up and hook it up to the another line and string that into the garage underneath the bottom of the awning, along with the solar panel wires. As you can see, this is just a wire right here I ordered from Amazon also to do that. I went on and hooked this charge controller up with the dump loader right there, and I got a nice switch, 3-way double throw actions. I can select between these two wind turbine charge controllers, and here's the analog AC meters from the wind turbine that's showing the voltage coming in AC form and being charged from the nice switch, and the other charge controller from the wind turbine. And at the bottom right here, here's the big blue capacitor right there for DC surges, on the inverter. And here's the view from the top. This is a beautiful sight, and how the way I got it set up is really nice, dog. Here's a 500 amp shunt that can accept all the power going through the inverter and register. And I got a neon lightning symbol light up there. And then check out the meter right there I got right now over the cutoff switch and the Anderson plug from my battery hookup. And here's the sight from the backyard, the input of power I'm gonna be receiving. As you can see, I got some guidelines so I can keep my pole from shaking, all that. I've been doing it, keeping it all together. It makes me real proud of my system and ready for any SHTF situation. Always keep your batteries topped off with distilled water so your system can run long on the charge. And here's the new bus bars I put in the battery box, and the cutoff switch and labels I put around each components. And the new bridge rectifier for the wind turbine and switch beside it. And here's all the components connected. It took me some time and money and electrical knowledge to install this solar system in this house. So just in case we're having some kind of emergency like a power outage, or just want to save on the electric bill, it'll be available to switch on until you get your power back, That's why we all must stay prepping at this time and age. And I hope your solar systems is ready to be switched on just in case we have some kind of situation. And don't forget, we got this COVID-19 still going on in 2020, So I hope everybody be safe, and I'll see you some next time.